Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I am making a video this evening about my top 8 reasons on why real estate agents should part ways with their respective buyers. So I'm in my garage, got to make this video inside because it's raining outside and it's kind of hot in here. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. So I'm giving you my top 8 reasons, no particular order, just 8 reasons. So number 1, I got my notes here. I'll kind of glance down and give them to you. So bear with me. Number 1, the relationship. If the relationship is very challenging and to connect with the buyer as you establish a relationship and try to help advise them on buying a home, hey, you got to be the judge of what you deem as serious and not serious. But if it's getting overwhelming and that meter in your head is starting to go up and explode, it's best to part ways early than later so you can avoid parting ways on bad terms and just part ways on professional terms. And that's okay to do. So that's one reason why I would say. Number 2 reason. If a buyer is not willing to get pre-approved, can't tell you how many times this happens. So many buyers want to see homes, but they don't want to get pre-approved by the lender. I don't want to get my credit pulled, or I don't want to do this. I know how much money I make. I can buy this. Man, forget all that. If you're getting a loan, you need an official document to show that you can afford that. So if you can't afford it, then get pre-approved and show it. That's all they're saying. You have to be pre-approved. That's what that means. Pre, keyword. So reason being, if you don't get a pre-approved document, then we're not going to know as a realtor where your purchase price really is. And not only that, if you write an offer for a buyer and then you submit that offer and they're not able to be financed at that purchase price, you're going to be wasting all your time and money on a house that you can't afford. So what's the point? So you've got to go ahead and get pre-approved so you can avoid those nuances. A third reason on why you want to part ways with a potential buyer is for the simple fact that they like to lowball every offer. Now, there are exceptions to the rules, but the reality is most homes, if they're not been on the market for a very long time or have a ton of work to do, like a house that's barely livable, you can't go around lowballing people. A listing agent lists a home at a price. Now, assuming the home is priced right, you don't want to go in there lowballing someone $30,000. If they wanted $30,000 less, they would have listed it like that. So just be mindful. That applies a little bit more to investors, but you do have some buyers who think like that, think, oh, I can get a cheap deal because of this and that. Yeah, good luck with that. See how that works out for you. Number 4, if a buyer's working with multiple realtors and they come to you, hey, I have 4 realtors I work with and none of them were able to help me buy a house and I was referred to you and I need somebody who can listen to me, blah, blah, blah. When I hear stuff like that, I'm not working with you because I refuse to believe that 4 professional realtors were the problem. No, you buyer are the problem. And there are a lot of buyers who are problems. It's not to say that you can't get a home with a real estate agent, but I'm not going to waste my time with someone when I got other buyers who are more willing to be advised and coached better. So, to each his own. Some realtors take that on, but they got a lot of headaches doing such. And I'm not going to waste my time or my energy on someone like that. And also this applies to buyers who are working with realtors at the present moment when they're just, having like 5 realtors give them advice. Hey, look, only 1 realtor can help you in a contract, not 5. So the reality is working with 2 or more realtors is not advantageous for a real estate agent, and it's really not advantageous for a buyer. It's a silly move because all you're doing is wasting people's time. You need to commit to a real estate agent that you want to work with. And if you want a realtor, interview multiple realtors before working with one, that's cool. But if you want to work with them and get them to showing you homes and then get another realtor to this and get another realtor to get advice, not cool. Reason being, you know what happens? These buyers will go do that and then give the business to their cousin after getting the knowledge about the market from their realtor. And how many realtors get burnt doing that? A lot. Not me, but quite a few. I protect myself. I'm educated on how to do such. So I part ways when I see that type of energy. Let's go into another reason. Not being responsive. Hey, I can't tell you how many times people have emailed, text, or call a buyer and followed up and they did their due diligence and they don't return the favor. If you see that happening after multiple calls, go ahead and part ways. You got hundreds and thousands of buyers in your area that want to purchase and a lot of them are serious. Why waste your time with someone who's not serious and they're not responding? Part ways. Another reason I would say is not respecting your time. If a buyer calls you at like 11 at night and you're in the middle of your sleep, or they call you the day of and they're like, hey, I want to see a house in an hour. Now, granted, there are situations that might come up every blue moon where, an emergency happens and they weren't able to get around to you and they have to get to you super late or on the fly, but that's rare. And use your judgment. You guys know when it's a legitimate emergency and when it's just a buyer, trying to take advantage of your time. Me, I'm not going to let that happen. I set expectations from the start, but there are some agents who will get up and write an offer at 11 o'clock after they were asleep. That's to each his own, but I'm parting ways, because if you can't respect my time, then you're going to do it repeatedly, and the next thing you know, I'll never sleep. Not happening. Another reason is to part ways is seeing multiple homes with no intent to purchase. So there are a lot of agents who will go show 20 or 30 homes. I've seen it happen, and then that buyer doesn't buy a house. So all the time and all the gas money that these agents committed to helping this person, they didn't even buy, and you get no commission check on top of that as a realtor, and then they move on and probably give the business to their cousin, or just wasted your time. They just wanted a house shop. They just wanted access to see different homes. They wasn't never intending to buy in the first place, even if they get pre-approved. I've seen that happen. Some buyers will use real estate agents for their knowledge and their time, and then go do what they want to do. It's pointless. You got to know how to manage that and separate serious buyers from non-serious buyers. So don't waste your time. If you've seen yourself showing the same type of home and they're not really making no intent to buy, especially if they're on a pre-approval letter, which gives them a certain time period to purchase a home, and they're getting close to that, you don't want to let it get that far. Go ahead and part ways, but be wise in your decision making on parting ways, because sometimes people legitimately might want to buy, but you have to know your client to know if they're serious or not. I can't help you with that, but I have my metrics that I use, and after a certain amount of homes, I'm like, hey, that's it. This is what we're looking at. This is the area you want. This is what you have, and I go from there. I don't waste my time. Another reason is, now this reason is my last reason, referrals. So if you guys have somebody out there that you feel like, hey, I don't service this area, like I live 3 hours away from the area they want to live in and they were given to you, go ahead and refer them to an agent that services that area so they get better service. Or if they're in a certain type of real estate that you don't specialize in, like commercial, you can refer them to a commercial agent, and that's okay. You can part ways with that particular buyer and send them and refer them to someone else, and it's okay. I do it. I've done it before, and I've had buyers refer to me. And it works. And actually, it's better to refer if you can't service them. So that way they're getting a better service, and then you still get paid as well, and everybody's happy. So those are my top reasons. I think I said 8 reasons. If I didn't, my bad. But those are my top reasons into why you should part ways. There's a lot of videos out there about why buyers should fire real estate agents, but there's very little about why real estate agents should part ways. So in conclusion, guys, I just want realtors to know, do not be afraid to part ways with a buyer. It's okay. Do it on good terms and keep it moving, and don't look back. It's going to happen. You are not going to be a great fit for everyone, and they're damn sure not going to be a great fit for you. And it's okay. I've parted ways before, and I've actually got more business because the person I parted ways with referred me, and we were on good terms. But there's been occasions where some buyers part ways and they were nasty to me. And then I'm like, hey, it was a blessing in disguise, because I wouldn't have wanted to work with them in a contract for the next 30 to 45 days if I can't even get to the first week of getting them pre-approved. So either way, it's a blessing. As long as you stay professional and you keep your peace of mind, the buyers will work with you. For the ones that are serious about working with you, they'll come. But the ones that aren't, let them go. It's okay. It's going to happen. And if it does, so what? But if you're trying to chase every single deal, then you also got to be risk getting burnt, because that's what's going to happen. And the reality is, I don't know one real estate agent in the world who has closed every single transaction with everybody they met that wanted to buy a house. I guarantee you they've been burnt before, or they work with people who weren't serious and wasted their time. Every realtor has experienced it at least once, and once is enough. So hope this video helps my fellow real estate agents out there and buyers to be respectful of your realtors, because there's so much content about realtors being professional to buyers. It goes both ways. We're equally essential to the business as well as you are. We both can work together on good terms. Hope this video helps. Have an amazing day.